Hello and welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenor and tonight I will be reading your tea leaves. This is a horoscope for Pisces. If Pisces is your solar, lunar, ascendant / rising sign, then this is a message for you. All right, let's get started. And so this is a bonus reading for Pisces. We have the Two of Wands, and this is from Tarot of the Abyss deck. Let's see what these tea leaves have to say. Okay. So I almost imagine the same person that is on this card kind of looks similar to this formation here. We have a traveler, huh? Somebody looking for their way. And you can see, the head here. Here's the body. Two little legs, kind of their feet sticking out. It looks like maybe they're holding a fish. Okay, and then maybe a bird who is about to kind of take off into flight. So, I'm looking at this and I feel like, yeah, it really does fit the energy of the Two of Wands, which, if you watch the channel, I usually use for my main readings the Thoth deck. So I kind of go off of the relations of the Thoth deck, even in other decks. And so I'm looking, and we know that this is about dominion. It's about finding kind of our place, our get a firm kind of footing, a stance of power, knowing that we are where we want to be, where we need to be. And so I think that you have obviously made some choices, right? And you've done some work trying to figure out how to get your maybe work in order, your home life in order, your relationships in order, deciding to move into a maybe new chapter in life, or kind of a shaking up of the configuration of things. And I think that you have done all of this, and maybe not every single thing, maybe one or two of these areas, right? But I do think that now that you have arrived, there's this feeling of like, okay, well, now it's supposed to feel, right. Like it's clicked into place. Everything is as I wanted it to be, as I hoped it to be. And I don't know why I'm having trouble kind of being present in this and all of this. And so I think the thing, is really that we must remind ourselves that everything is in its own time, first of all. But I think secondly, that it's normal to, have to kind of ease into any new kind of situation or alignment of variables in your life, even if you have been kind of the one pursuing something different. Sometimes we get there and it's like, this feels so foreign to how things have been. It's hard to know exactly how to take it all, right? So I do think that we have this energy of beginning to settle in, for sure. And we have the the fish, right? The large fish. And this is in the arms of this traveling person. And so I do believe that there will be this moment where you start to see the benefit of the work you have done. And although this maybe does not feel like your home, it will. And not only will it, it will be a home of great fortune, a home of, you know, of ease and excitement and, you know, the ability to access your inspirations and your creativity and your will to go more deeply into those places that you have, you know, been so desiring to get into. If that's, you know, maybe advancing in your work life, your career, in your creative endeavors, your relationships, your romantic relationship, you know, whatever it is. I do feel like this will become, you know, quite fruitful, which I think this is what you have hoped for. It's just, you know, sometimes it's hard to kind of admit to not only ourselves, but anybody around us, hey, I did this thing. You know, I've done all this work to get into this place that I've always dreamed of, and now I'm here, and it's like, I don't know if this is really where I'm supposed to be. Well, we have to give it a little time, right? It feels like things have changed a lot in this last year for Pisces. There's been such a trend towards your abilities really flowering, and not only that, becoming more aligned with success, whatever you measure that as, right? Whatever that looks like for you. Now we also have the bird who is going to take flight. And I think through this absolute kind of verification, right? This is like the confirmation, being able to have some real abundance and you know, just the kind of hitting the jackpot of life, right? And probably seeing some money through that, hopefully, or resources, or you know, passion and joy. Through this, there is a release of this most glorious feeling of spirit, right? I feel like in the next months, there's going to be points where you just feel exquisite, right? Just your heart is aflame, and I feel like you just are absolutely delighted. And you know, I really can't wait to see this kind of start to manifest, because I remember maybe like back in December or November, I was really seeing a lot of stuff about, you know, being able to kind of get really into creative places and, you know, doing well in your work life and your ability to make money, and kind of really like on the come up, you know. And so now I'm seeing that this is kind of coming together for you, in a way that's really, you know, there are physical material kinds of confirmations of the success. And so this will be a good time for sure. Now, I do see a person here next to a bed. And I'm looking at this one. This one looks like a really fancy F, the letter F. So I feel like this is maybe a name that starts with an F. But we have this person next to a bed, and it feels to me, we even have a cat kind of right there. From this position, it kind of looks like a cat sitting there. And so I feel like there's this kind of almost spirit coming strongly in this, coming here with a strong advice, a strong suggestion, I would say, that you need to make sure that you are balancing yourself out, that you are getting the rest that you need, to sustain yourself. I think that there are times where in your life you've had probably some insomnia, or really just a big difficulty getting to sleep, staying asleep, right? Troubled sleeping. And it depletes you, and of course, anyone who's having missed sleep, not sleeping enough, you're just not in the best place to be making really important decisions. And it begins to really add up on you. So making sure that you are, really sticking to a good sleep, healthy sleep cycles, and getting restorative sleep, okay? Okay, let's see. We have an R and an 8. There's an R here and an 8. Okay. Now we have a face right in the middle here. You can kind of see. It almost looks like somebody wearing a hat. I can imagine it's kind of almost like a kind of fancy hat. And then behind it, we kind of have a cow here. And so we have a most... Hello. We have a most sacred cow. Of course, the cow is quite sacred, as all animals are. But cows are kind of an elevated animal in quite a few pantheons. And there is a sense of getting into a place of serenity, trying to figure this out, right? Being successful, having things kind of go the way that you hope, kind of blessings and blessings and blessings coming, but also being able to kind of, balance life and find the ability to not get too stressed out all the time. With success, there are a lot of things to navigate. Things that maybe you never even considered. Just a lot of different variables here, and a lot of responsibilities. And I feel like, it's manageable stuff, but it is a sense of having to kind of learn on a deeper level, or maybe relearn kind of some self-soothing, implementing a mindful, routine, I would say, a routine and mindfulness, and And sorry, Pudgies. Sometimes he jumps and then he comes back and then he it's just kind of I think he went off though. So yes, just finding a way to make this a priority for yourself, right? Practicing these kinds of whatever it is that is kind of works for you or stands out to you for stress management. Okay. And I think a big thing is being proactive, but then there are things that you just can't do anything about, right? You have to wait and it takes time. And, so often we're just waiting on other people because they have to do their job so you can do your job and so on. So, I think definitely finding something where you can kind of release some of the energies that just get you kind of all wound up, intentional movement or some kind of sport or, a game of some kind, maybe something that involves problem solving or some kind of game of logic or whatever, because it really does, it puts the mind to task, and I think that really gets you, out of that place of spinning. Kind of, it gets you get into a loop of thinking, and so I think that this is the big challenge, right? Here's your big challenge right now, and the homework is, no, I'm kidding, no homework, but I do think finding something for yourself, even if it's a new thing or just trying some different things, even if you really have so little time, you have to kind of sometimes prioritize some kind of enrichment, right? And it can seem almost kind of indulgent when you're very busy or there are a lot of things going on, but we have to. Just like resting, we need things outside of, the working and keeping the house and the errands and the family stuff and all that. There has to be something else. We all need our things. Life is not just about being quote unquote productive. That is a part of it, no doubt. But, we risk soul death if we don't take care of, our mind and our spiritual well-being, and I think, like I would say, most signs, our soul, our spirit, it thrives on exploration. One of the many things. And so, yes, go looking for something for you, just for you. Something that maybe you've been thinking about trying or doing, or, signing up for a class or maybe going for a short trip somewhere you've been wanting to see, or, like I said, playing some games or whatever it is, it is. So we do have a big question mark here. That's basically what it is. We do have a dolphin, and the dolphin symbolizes great psychic activity, for me when I see it. So I do feel like there's almost kind of a sense of somebody who maybe passed, transitioned before you really started to do well. And this is somebody that I feel like would have wanted to be around to see you kind of come into your own, come into this place in your life where, you have this momentum and you're doing well. And, you would just like to share this with them and it may be that it's like, I proved you wrong, right? Look at what I've done with my life. I've, figured out, some really important things about, being a human here. But then on the other hand, maybe this is somebody that, it's like, they were always your cheerleader and always loved you so dearly. And you just wish that they could have, really seen you in this place in your life where you feel so much kind of confidence and power, a sense of, and self-made too. And that's the energy that I have been picking up on these last months here. And so, I think the thing is, feeling like, well, do they see what I'm doing? Do they know what I'm doing? Are they witnessing my advancement in life? And yeah, I think that they are. Definitely. I think that especially the people that we have deep connections with on a real soul level. These are consciousness kind of buddies, right? Or beloveds that we kind of, I don't know. I mean, I imagine this is how I feel in my heart of hearts that we kind of group together and wherever we go in the universe, we're kind of tied to the really important people of our lives. And whatever that means or what kind of, identities we maybe exist within, I don't know if any of that stuff really matters. But there is kind of an ever thread keeping us kind of, bound together. And I think this is one of your people that you absolutely travel through time and space with. Okay. And so, yeah, I think that they know, definitely. They are here with you. You carry them with you in your heart, in not just like in a corny kind of, I'm saying this to make you feel better kind of way. But yeah, I really do. I think they are encoded into your being. And so, yeah, you not only is it your success, it's their success as well. Okay. There's a shared kind of experience there on a level that I don't think we understand. I feel that the concept of, us being individual, is much more blurred than we maybe understand, and we might kind of, have some kind of clue of it, but I think that people are kind of more overlapping than we ever realized. And that's why it's important to be discerning about who you let in your personal life, your private life, who you spend your time with, who you, allow to access you on a deep level. Because there is kind of a blending and merging, even in passing, right? And so we have to be mindful of this aspect as well. you know, I don't know, maybe I'm superstitious, but I really do believe that who we're around really affects us. And even just on a real basic level, I mean, I think about when I was a kid, I felt like very kind of different people around different groups of friends. Not because I was like not fake or anything. I was, learning who I was as a person. So, I had different kinds of stuff that I was, into, different kinds of subcultures and things, and kind of experimenting with that. But, I think we really just, we take on so much of the energy of people, and especially in groups of people. And so, yeah, I don't know. I think it's important that we choose our people wisely, right? So, let's see, Pisces. We're going to go over here. We're going to take a look at these door cards. Oh, TT, you really... She's over here stinking it up, huh? You get so comfortable, you just let a couple loose, don't you? Yeah. That's all right. You're not the only one, huh? I'm sure somebody else in the world has done the same. All right, let's see. We're going to flip through here, and we're going to stop where it feels right. We will go ahead and flip it over. Let's take a look at that one. That's really pretty. All these doors are pretty. Freedom flows. Don't hold yourself back from worldly freedom. Dream grand things for divine and sacred reason. There you go. And that's it. I think it is partially, when we start to do well, it's just, I don't know, but maybe this is just me, but it's hard to believe, first of all. And then I kind of almost get like imposter syndrome. I'm like, I don't know what's going on here. Maybe if I, if I start to feel like if I'm becoming successful in something, if I allow myself to indulge in that too much, then it's like it's gonna disappear, So I'm just not gonna look at it directly. I'm just gonna, kind of, and so it just is, it's interesting the way that, that kind of getting into a place where, things are kind of, I found my thing. I'm doing my thing, and it's, and it feels, it might be really hard work, but it doesn't always feel like work, because you're doing what you want to do. You're doing something that you care about. And, it can be quite almost confronting, to get into that place, because, it just, I don't know, it's like, do I deserve this? What is going on exactly? Is this a joke? Am I on that MTV show right now? Is there like some camera crew watching? So I don't know, but I think enjoy it. Let yourself have some freedom, in your well-earned happiness. You're gonna lick the skin right off my finger, kid. Thank you for cleaning me. Now we're gonna do our little outro. Okay, Pisces, I'm going to go ahead and tell you thank you, and I love you, and I appreciate you. If you would be so kind as to like the video, it really does help the channel so much. And if you have not subscribed yet, please think about doing that. You can hit the little bell. It'll let you know when the next videos are coming out. It is free to subscribe. And if you would like to leave a comment, please do. I read them all. I do. I read them all. And I am so happy to connect with you, connect with each one of you. So, yeah, with that, again, I'll say I love you, I love you, I love you. Take care of yourself. It's Pisces season. Happy birthday if today's your birthday. You know, if it's coming up and I don't interact with you between then, happy birthday. This is going to be a wonderful year, and I can feel it. I can feel it. So, do something nice for yourself, please, please, please. All right. We'll talk in a couple days, just a couple days from now. All right. Goodbye.